Hey, is is this thing on? No, I'm just kidding. Um, I wanted to get on the podcast because it's been a while since I've published anything, and it's just the real life journey of being a startup founder. I mean, I love this podcast because it enables me to share the story of the conversations that I'm having with people when I'm on my journey, and the people who listen to podcasts know that I am not yet a full time founder. I am building this company, Mentorch, for connecting mentors and mentees and reaching your goals during nights and weekends. And that is something that brings its own unique set of challenges. You don't have the same ability to dedicate 100% of your time to building your startup, but your startup still needs um, every bit of that time. It doesn't change it just because you're not able to dedicate that time to it. Doesn't change the amount of time that a company, a fledgling company, a young startup needs in order to grow, in order to breathe, in order to reach its full potential. And that's something that I'm definitely aware of. And I am working with a team to figure out ways to overcome that unique set of challenges. It's incredible because we're a remote team. We jump on our Zoom calls, and we talk about what it is going to take to move this company forward. And I'm definitely someone with an entrepreneurial mindset. I can operate in ambiguity, um, and even chaos, and that's been definitely an advantage. The team has experienced, shortcomings, and abilities. We've experienced pretty much anything you can imagine, the gamut of emotions. But we've also realized that together, regardless of what shortcomings we have incredible strengths that are able to tie together and bring mentors to life. And that's just what I'm most excited about. So don't focus on necessarily what your gaps are the entire time. Acknowledge them, but don't focus on it, because you have strengths that can make up for that. And if you don't, you can source for that, fill in software X, and then you can get to that. Um, and it's just incredible. We're in the middle of a beta, and that has presented challenges in itself. Um, with making sure that the environment's set up, making sure that we're able to effectively communicate with the people we're doing the beta with, making sure that we're getting the feedback. And to be completely honest, in the beginning, it did not go exactly as planned, and now again, acknowledging that, being able to pivot quickly and say, okay, what do we need to do in order to make sure that we are moving this the way we want it? How do we gain control of the bus? If you think of Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock on the bus speed, this thing is going to go, and we don't have a choice but to stay above. I'm butchering it, but what, 55? I don't know what it was, but whatever the speed limit was, we can't slow down. We don't have the option to do that. We just need to not blow up and and get to our destination. And the destination for a startup is really milestones. It's not hey, we have built it, now we stop. It's not, hey, we have users, now we stop. It's not, hey, now we have users and investors lined up, now we stop. It's not, now we have funding, and then you just keep going. So I feel like, for me, in my mind, and I'd be definitely interested to hear what other people are thinking about this, but it's all about the milestones you're reaching, and communicating that effectively with the team, getting their buy-in, and moving ahead. But yeah, it's just, I am incredibly honored again, and I make sure that I'm always verbalizing that and being deliberate with how I communicate that I'm lucky to have the team I have. These people have stood by the Mentorch journey, and it's actually been years for the core team here. It's been years for the board of directors, and there's even some outside mentors that I have who have taken an interest in Mentorch. And even though we're not, they're not ready to invest, even though they see Mentorch as an early startup, too early to invest at this point, they are still taking the time, to continue to watch and offer guidance and offer their network in order to make us successful. And that's made all the difference. And this is all without being full-time. So I know what the team is capable of being full-time if we're even doing what we're doing with extremely limited resources, and I'm talking about in the form of time and cash. It makes me very, very optimistic about where the future of Mentorch is going, and just being a startup founder in general. So, some of these posts are interviews, and I definitely want to continue to share, especially my unique story as the founder and CEO of Mentorch. I have a team, not behind me, but beside me, working together, arms locked. Sometimes those arms are locked around my neck, in a headlock, and then sometimes they're linked, in a chain. And all kidding aside, it's definitely a roller coaster, but it's all to bring the same vision of Mentorch to life, and we truly believe that we are building the world's greatest next tech startup, and I think that it takes that kind of audacity, to bring a startup and a company to life, and you have to have that kind of belief in what you're doing, and my team has it. I think we're ready to continue to build this thing, get it to the next level, and I'm going to continue to jump on here and share the story as we do that. I haven't been on here in a while, and I just want to kind of let this podcast episode be the centering episode. Hey, Lavontay's back. You're going to be listening to some really cool episodes coming up. Founders, entrepreneurs, people in that ecosystem, people with big dreams, big visions. I'm going to get them on the podcast, and we're going to do it right the way that Pastor Torch podcast has been doing it. And we're going to continue to evolve in the future and tell the story of people who have dreams, people who are motivated, people who are passionate to bring something to life, and also those who want to seek knowledge, which all of us should be doing that regardless of what industry we're in, and also those people who've gone out there, looked for knowledge, and who are now ready to give back, and those who are passing the torch of knowledge on to the next generation that's coming up. If you've been involved in something for 5 minutes more than someone else, and that's pretty extreme of me to say, but I'm really trying to paint the picture. If you've been doing something for 5 minutes more, and you can offer advice, that can be valuable. Don't think that you have no value. You're looking around. Well, I'm not a complete expert, at this subject yet, so I don't want to give someone else advice because they just started, and I don't have the certificate yet. I don't have the degree yet. I'm like, some of the most brilliant people I know don't have certificates in the subject that they know, and they don't have a degree in the subject that they know, but they are actually better and smarter and more actionable than people who've written articles on the subject or people who have a degree in the subject. So keep that in mind. Don't let that deter you, because we're going to miss out on some amazing insight if you do that. Yep, I'm talking to you. You're like, hey, are you talking to me? Yeah, I'm talking to you, the person without a degree or certification, but who goes home every night or every day and is reading and learning and educating themselves and actually in the arena in the subject. I'm not trying to take away from those other people, but I'm saying that we tend to put them on a pedestal. So and I'll continue that conversation. But here we go. This is the I'm back episode. I think I've had 3 of these because it's just the reality of being a startup founder. You have your ebbs and flows when it comes to anything else. My priority when things get crazy is only the core tenets of the company, but I think the podcast is an absolutely important aspect of telling the story, sharing that with the torch holder community, and I'm excited to do it. It's September of 2019. MinTorch is still burning bright. The state of the torch is hot. Let's go.